Okay, I think we're live. No idea how long this thing takes to start. Yo, yo, yo. How's it going, everyone? No notification? I have no idea. Maybe if you were already on it, then it just didn't send one, but... Let me see if I can move the chat here. So yeah, I finally have the 3 monitors set up. I got the cable, got the 3 monitors, so things should be smooth and easy right now. I can put the chat just here on the right. And then, yeah, let's go. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Okay, 5-minute today. We have a couple of potential zones, so I'll go through some of these. First off, starting on GJ, there's no real zones here that I'll consider apart from this demand zone. Obviously, looking at structure, clearly we're bullish overall. This is very old, so I can delete this. Yeah, clearly we've been moving bullish overall. And like I said, this is the bottom zone out of this whole structure. It's the only untapped zone here that even exists. Below it, there's nothing but clear space. So in terms of a place to trade off, this one's very good. Still have an hour till London opens, so I'll see anything can happen there in terms of movement. More or less, that's the only reason I'll be looking at it. Now, it does have one of these candles where it's tapped past the wick of another candle. They're both still bullish though, so it still counts as untapped in terms of the strategy, especially as it's only one candle after the next one. Let's say, for example, right here, there were 2 separate candles, 1 wick, 2 wicks, and then the 3rd candle came and tapped the zone below them. That's more questionable, but seen as it's just the 2nd candle here, that for me is okay, and it doesn't count. It's a bullish candle. Bullish candles leaving the zone are always okay. So that's that one. See if we get the chat back here. Okay. Cool. So yeah, that's GJ. Gold today. We have supply zone here. Not valid for me. There's no real liquidity. If this is to take out its own low, that is something you can consider. But in terms of overall trend, if you see something like this, I'm not really want to take supplies here. It's not major of enough zone with major liquidity for me to want to take this, even with TP rules. If, for example, we had this zone drop down and there was liquidity formed here from an actual move that took out its own low, then that's something you can consider. But based on this structure, separate liquidity forming way over here, taking out its own low only, not the overall low, that's not the type of thing you want to look for to counter trend. So for demands, we don't really have anything. I've got this one marked up at the bottom. Obviously, within 2 hours, anything can happen. Liquidity on this is at a great distance as well, although I'm not expecting it to drop down here within the session. So we'll see what happens. In terms of news, I don't think we really have much today. We'll take a look. Yeah, just orange folders, there's nothing today. Brainy firm, good shout. Yeah, not today. Not every day, no. I do trade the 5-minute live every day now, but 2 days a week on YouTube and mostly in the Discord, so the other 3 days are in there. Let's see what Brainy Fan gives us today. Let's skip this one. We've changed it. I've changed things up from focus. We've gone with this one. relax. Yeah, just for YouTube, this one seems to be better, so we'll put this on. The supply on gold, yeah, this one at the top, for me it's too counter trend at the moment. If we take out these lows, then it's something I'll consider. See, right here it is pushing down, so I get this one on. Like I said, if this takes out lows, it will have decent liquidity, and the movement itself will be okay. For now, though, it's just kind of questionable. We have seen downwards movement, so it's okay, and I'm sort of seeing it line up here with around where we're reaching on these retracements to the upside. So we'll see how the structure is by the time we tap the zone. If we even do that, is of course. Let's see. Any type of entry such as this, even at its own lows, we're around the 2.5 already, so yeah, the structure's okay. We take out lows, that'd be something I consider. Euro JPY buys? No idea. I don't look at that pair, but I can look at it now. Let's see, 30-minute time frame today. It's been fairly slow, only looking at GJ demands really. Euro JPY. Yeah, that looks good to me. We haven't reacted off supply. Solid demand zone. Liquidity distance is good as well. The only thing here underneath is this zone has a very good liquidity. 1, 2, 3 lows, but in terms of overall buys, both demands can be valid. Overall structure as well, it looks pretty good to me. So yeah, I consider that obviously moving bullish. It's had a retracement. We've come down here, double bottom, and we're pushing to the upside. Pretty much there, everything you'd want to see for a demand zone. So let me know if the music's too loud or not. I think it was. I think it wasn't even playing that whole time, so I had the sound muted. It's too low. Let me see if I'm trying to find something good for a stream. I think electronic chill tends to be good. Cool, this should work. I think there we go, that's decent for a stream as well. Slightly upbeat, that's what we want to hear. Here's the music. Is the volume good here? Should be. Seems fine on my end, so. Plans in life, since I'm profitable, there's a lot of things still want to do. There's loads of things. Firstly, just scaling up the trading a lot. Transitioning into other business types, all that type of thing. And then, yeah, there's loads of stuff completely outside of business, all that type of stuff that I still have years to do, but for now, while I'm young, it's just focusing on the trading, leveling up that stuff. So those are my goals at the moment. In terms of life, long-term goals, there's endless amounts of things you get into. Other businesses, family, all this type of stuff. Trend on the 5-minute chart is not very important. Like, even if you never ever consider trend, you can still be profitable. Simply because just on the 5-minute, liquidity taken at its own low is enough for trend. Just one low being broken, that's enough. Even if it's just for a TP wall zone here to hit TP and then it still goes in that direction, you're still going to be profitable, so it's not important. I personally don't take trends when it trades, even when it's too counter trend, like in extreme examples, but it's really not that important. Vantage on GJ, we usually use Vantage 5-minute charts for Forex pairs. It tends to get better results in the long term in terms of trades, adding winning trades and avoiding losing trades. Of course, there'll be some trade-offs. Sometimes FXCM will have the better option, but overall we've seen Vantage give better results. FXCM here. Yeah, FXCM is tapped on this red candle, so it is different, but like I said, we've got better results from this. When a zone's on tapped on Vantage and it is on FXCM, it tends to be a winning zone most of the time, so. Oh yeah, other pairs for the 5-minute I haven't looked at this morning, but UJ, I think UJ had a nice setup yesterday. I could be thinking of the wrong pair. I mean, this here is a trade itself, but timing's very bad in terms of swap hours and bad spreads. Yeah, Monday, so there was a supply. Might have gone above on these charts. In the 30-minute time frame, it doesn't make much difference. The candles, like, they're more significant, they're big enough anyway to the point where it won't have any effect on the results, and FXCM is just clean price action for there, so it's easier. GN 5-minute. This has never been looked at or tested, but yeah, that's nice. It's already had a win this morning, unless this went under the zone. So it might depend on the broker, but just barely under the zone, which I mean for the 5-minute it is okay. Candle here first. If you wait for a bottom wick, then you could have not entered on this one, but it's a little bit of an awkward fake out. Price sweeps liquidity and gives an entry before the zone. Yeah, that makes sense. It's just general in terms of market structure itself. Like if you have a zone it's been formed with good liquidity like this, and you come down here, sweep liquidity, and then react, it's never going to work as well. Just, you know, the type of structure here is not good. It's almost forming downtrend structure, retesting highs and then coming downwards. So in terms of structure, it doesn't work as well, and then the liquidity is not as valid. So thoughts on the gold demand yesterday, 17.45. Am I missing something here? On a UTC +1. This one I'm assuming is the zone they talk about. Seems very, does seem very counter trend. Yeah, this type of structure is not really great. Can take this type of demand zone, probably and still be profitable, but I mean, yeah, the overall structure here is very bad. Just had a large push bearish, small move to the upside, continuation. That's pretty standard. So yeah, that's probably one of the situations where I wouldn't take it just because of how counter trend it is. Like I said, we don't really want to be fighting momentum like this on the 5-minute time frame, so not great. Overall structure most recently was bearish as well, especially after it's only moved down to here. You're going to be anticipating it to go lower to take out these lows, which hasn't happened yet, but that's what you'd be considering at the time. And I'm bringing back CJ, the OG. The spreads are too bad, I think. On the 30-minute time frame, could be added back in potentially, but for now, I'm not looking to. But yeah, the 5-minute, the spreads make it very difficult to trade. Current GJ supply. This one right here is tapped. No, it doesn't. Liquidity being close to the zone, that's normally a good thing. Right here, for example, this is close. More or less, it means as soon as you tap into the zone, liquidity's just been taken out. So it has a very recent effect for us to buy against and go in the opposite direction. So that's always a good thing. $8.5. That's so far away, I just wasn't even looking at it. But I mean, yeah, liquidity looks quite far on this, visually. It's around 8, so it's max distance. Yeah, I mean, the liquidity here is very far. It doesn't have much effect on the zone by this point. Mostly you want something that actually is close. So this low, for example, on this GJ zone, that's a very good distance. Same with the one over here, of course. One pip away, then yeah, that's going to be questionable. I mean, right here, this is about 1 pip. This is 1 pip, in fact. If I was thinking of a distance like this, when it's barely untapped, that's not a good thing. This here, this is 1 pip. That's a good distance. Gold looking like it's going to take out the low. Interesting. Like I said, if we start to take out these lows, this supply zone would be something I can consider. But it will depend on the structure. How you move like this, we can just end up looking very bullish. And then will it be something I want to take? This supply, so right here there's no real liquidity. Obviously this high right here, it's not valid yet because it hasn't taken out its own low, but if it does, then this line can become valid. The trend itself is not very clear. So the most recent movement has all been bearish, but this over here is the lows in the area at the bottom of this move to the upside before this straight line. So if we're going to continue bullish, from this type of area is an easy place to move from, which is why even if we take out these lows, if we stay around here and come back up, it's hard to want to take supplies there, just because this is the area where you can easily continue bullish from. So yeah, it's not an easy zone to decide, which in most cases like this, it's not the highest quality zone. I'll just leave it in that situation. But now especially, like, I'm only trading zones or waiting for zones that we're actually very confident in. So that's that. Yeah, 5 minute. I'm just gonna set my alerts here. Don't want to miss anything. Good morning. No way. The message from 2 pucks. I was just about to say, is Terry here? Got some Thailand discussions. We know that's the discussion. I'm considering moving from Bangkok. Well, I say considering, I'm almost set on it at this point. Like, I like it out here, don't get me wrong. The beach and the island sort of lifestyle is kind of what I'm craving. Just driving the bike around. Just, yeah, that's sort of what I'm craving. We'll see. Right now I'm not 100% decided on it, but it's something that I'm definitely considering. I've been looking at apartments in Koh Samui, in Krabi, the islands all around, so if anyone has some recommendations on the islands, then there's many reasons. Just the lifestyle out here, prices, what you can get goes so much further. Apart from that though, the time zone is very good. Taxes is a big reason because tax in the UK is horrible. Muay Thai, of course, that's another reason. So yeah, there's a lot of things. EU supply on the 5 minute. Let's take a look. Well, that's some reaction. Let's see if these. There we go. Yeah, that's a classic EU trade. Let's see, 3.9 if you're doing one above, but you don't need to specifically. 1 to 2 would have already hit, so there we go. There's no top wick on this candle, but fairly confident here that a 1 to 3 would end up hitting just by this demand zone. So yeah, I think there was an untapped one that was only untapped on FXCM. Which, like I said, it does happen. Like, it's not going to be 100% on anything. Nothing in trading is 100%, but in the long term overall, we've seen better effects from Vantage. Right now, I'm still maintaining a decent 6 figures, although I've been in drawdown. Between drawdown and break even for ages now. It's getting kind of boring. But the market conditions, like, there's nothing I can do about that. I'm not trying to force anything on the markets or forcibly trade them. As soon as you go outside the plan, like, you open yourself up to pretty much anything happening. Just all types of randomness, blowing the account, doing whatever. And yeah, that's just never a good situation. Current win rate over the last year and a bit is probably around 40%. That'll be my guess, 30 to 40, but yeah, I don't really know. So I haven't tracked everything specifically. It could be higher, like depending on how you trade. if you're going to be trading only the best zones, you can get around 50 to 60%, and that's how I used to trade things. I've gone back to trading that style recently, so 50-60% if you're trading the type of style where you're taking the best quality trades only. If not, I mean, recently with the Trump marketing conditions, with his elections and stuff, the market has been pretty terrible, so not trading that way, it made loads of losses happen. Voice is low. Yeah, let's see, I'll turn the music down a bit, it does seem high over here. Let's see. Maybe a dream life? Well, it's a good life. It's a good life, to say the least. It takes work to get here. See, once you've achieved it, it's interesting because it doesn't feel as amazing as you thought it would, in a sense. Like, after you've done all the work, it's almost expected. It's not a surprise, it's not random. Whereas, if I go back to myself 2 years ago, if I just teleported myself into this life, it would probably feel amazing and ridiculous and crazy, but like, after you work all the way up to getting here and you build things up, it almost just feels natural. It's not surprising in a sense. If we absolutely master the strategy and trade the highest quality trades only, could we have 80% win rate? Probably not, no, but it doesn't matter. It's not really something you should be concerned with. To an extent, like, depending on how you want to trade, obviously, you can have an idea of where you want your win rate to be, but it being 80% doesn't really matter. If it's 60% and you're profitable, it doesn't matter. Yeah, risk 1% per trade. I start on accounts with 0.5%, so if I end up in drawdown or if I don't get up to 2% profit, then I never switch to 1% risk. So I basically have double the drawdown that you would on a challenge phase, just because I risk 0.5%. But as soon as I get to 2% in profit, then I switch to 1% risk, which it's been a long time since I've risked 1%. Almost forgotten how it feels. One second, I need to turn on the aircon. It's super hot in the max pollution season as well. Is my air purifier even turned on? I don't think it is. It is. 30-minute CJ on Friday. If I can remember correctly, there was a good zone on here. Demand zone. Yeah, this one Friday. Yeah, in terms of trend, this one was good as well. We'd just taken out these highs to the left. Actually, maybe we didn't take them out. Okay, actually didn't take them out, but even still, in terms of trend, this is where the bottom of the move started. We stopped taking out those completely and had a big breakout to the upside. We took out these highs right here. So yeah, that trade itself was pretty good. Closed in this supply zone. That's an important part of this trade. If we respected the supply zone, then I wouldn't be considering the demand, but this is what I'm making me up back CJ. Wow. There was a potential flip entry. JPY best for sure. Yeah, that's way over 1 to 10 already. That was very nice. CJ the past few weeks has been crazy. To be fair, I saw a lot of positions across here. I mean, people in the Discord take a lot of trades on CJ still. I mean, wow. These are just very clean, very obvious trades. Something I've not seen in a long time. Yeah, honestly, I might have to consider CJ coming back. I mean, with the less pairs and only having the best pairs, it does fit in correctly. Gold's taking out the low comfortably here, so something to consider. How's it going, man? NFP week you can trade, normally just the day you want to avoid, but the week sometimes has weird price action. No, I don't think it's too important apart from the actual day. For spreads in the 30-minute, it doesn't matter, so there's no need to avoid supplies, but if you trade in the 5-minute, then you could say to do that. So the 30-minute though is not important. Yeah, like I said, nothing's 100%. We have better results long term from using Vantage. Of course, sometimes there'll be trades on other zones, on other brokers. But yeah. No, it's because we had too many JPY pairs. And back a while ago, there was intervention where you just couldn't trade it. It was untradeable. Same with all JPY pairs. So we had I trade GJ, CJ, UJ, Euro USD, and is there one more? AUD NZD I think was in there at the time. So those are the only 5 pairs I traded. And while this worked well, it was fine. There was 3 months where the yen was supposedly crashing, and so the Bank of Japan was doing interventions on the currency, which meant at any time it could just pump up or down like hundreds of thousands of pips, like massive amounts, bigger than any news you've ever seen. During those 3 months, the whole pair was untradeable, even when the intervention wasn't happening. The JPY pairs just couldn't be traded, and so it left me with only having EU and AUD NZD more or less to trade, and so I had to implement other pairs, start bringing them in, which those conditions are what led to the first ever bad market conditions I saw. After this though, we pretty much had too many pairs, which caused other problems. So now I'm back trading that way, like there's no more yen intervention and that type of thing, but that's how the whole type situation arose. So yeah, there's always things to be aware of in the markets, like outside scenarios can change stuff, so. Well, I'm obviously not answering the question. You're massively spamming the chat. Let's see, my trading view charts have chosen. Great. Charts have frozen. That was a that was a mix-up tongue twister. GC 30-minute buys. For now, not really. Trend hasn't really shown me enough. Still moving very bearish as of right now. Okay, this gold zone. So I'm looking here at the price action. Didn't take out the overall low over here. And obviously started moving fairly bullish in the most recent structure. Really here I'm looking to be overall bullish. Just observing the volume to the upside, we're seeing these clear large candle pushes. When we come back down, we're just kind of slowly consolidating, not really moving. Normally, that's just sort of waiting for the next push to come in. It just means more buyers. So with that in mind, the supply zone is really not the best. Like I said, it can depend how we move up to this zone. So if we do just come up in a straight line with the same sort of volume as all these, depending on how big the straight line is, you can expect a small retracement from the zone, such as this. Again, here that didn't really have any. So much less considering supplies looking at the structure, even though we took out these lows. Mostly I'll be looking for these demands. The best case scenario is we somehow drop all the way down here within the session. Apart from that, I'm not seeing too many trades. If it retakes out its own low, then that can definitely be more confirmation, and we'll have a supply zone here to consider. But overall, yeah, there's nothing I'm really looking for there. GJ demand is the main trade right now that we're looking for. Overall bullish, like I said, awesome zone. Everything you'd want to see here, pretty much. Who even decides to spam messages like that? And why? It's not like he'd even said it once before and I didn't read it. Literally just didn't say it before that. Good morning. How are we? GJ demand even after reacting from supply. Yeah, like I said, going on vantage markets here, there was no supply. It didn't really react off one. It was already tapped, and this demand is what we're looking for. So we'll see, it could be the rare day where it's a double negative. Let me turn this up. I don't know if it's because of the music, I don't know why it's so quiet. Let me turn it back then. Probably ruined my settings. Yeah, guys, go and like the stream. Heard it helps. It boosts the algorithm. Yeah, exactly. GC demand is not showing enough for me right now to take it. This is overall, of course, we're overall bullish, but it hasn't shown us the potential for a retracement yet. It's reacted from this minor level right here, but it hasn't taken out highs. It hasn't reformed clear continuation structure or anything yet, so it's too early for me to look for demands. All the most recent movement is bearish, and even the bottom of this straight line move over here is still space to go until it's reached that level. So I trade the 5 minute every day, but I do live stream on YouTube twice a week, 3 times on the other days in the Discord. The max funding, there's probably whoever the institutional traders that move the market from these zones. They probably have a couple billion, so I'd say probably them. Apart from that, who knows? I mean, you can see it working for 20 years plus in the markets. There's someone out there, I'm sure, who exists trading this strategy on billions, hundreds of millions, who knows, but there has to be some people, or the zones wouldn't even get buyers. Price wouldn't even move from the zones. How is that the elephant in the room? Yes. Yes, I do drink raw milk. Where has that question even come from? Yeah, in England, if you're in a countryside sort of place, you can get it, I think. Potentially if you're not, but it's difficult to. You have to be sort of countryside or near a farm. Here though, they have it, so. New supply, yeah. We've got a while to the next trade by the looks of things. I mean, GJ's not really moving much. Gold is moving, which is a good sign. Get a cow, yeah. Easy solution. Get a cow for the backyard. Best spot firms, all the top ones are going to be fine. Just don't try and buy a unknown firm or a stupid challenge because they're drawing you in with offers. FTMO, funded next. Those two are very good in my opinion in terms of rules, accounts and spreads and that type of thing. But yeah, any of the top firms really work. Only strategies that are good for large amount of capitals are good anyway. There's no alternative. Anything else is just sort of retail nonsense. Things are slow. Things happen over month-long time periods. That's the time frame you get results. Anything you get in a very quick period, way quicker than that, is not really reproducible, let's say. So while you can see some very quick results out of nowhere on something, like it's not going to continue. This zone is huge, which is very questionable in terms of where to actually trade from. So it just depends if you want to take something like that. Didn't take out the high clearly either, so personally I wouldn't really look at that zone. Had multiple six figures, I never hit 1 million, so in terms of numbers, there's no specific number. Yeah, exactly, the zone is massive. Any firms with 50% discounts and consistency rules are a scam, I pretty much agree with that. Traders Connect is the one I use. Don't really know how much it costs, but it's good. You can have different platforms, you can set limits in case some have lot size rules, you can do all sorts of stuff. I mean, right now it's not exactly the same as how I've traded them forever. Normally I'd have a sort of rotation that isn't on purpose, it's just that I would withdraw on different size accounts after a certain amount. So for example, 4% on a 200k account, withdraw, 6% on a 100k account, withdraw, 8% on a 50k account, withdraw. These type of numbers make it so you sort of end up doing a rotation just based on the payout date and the difference between them, which sometimes it can be a bad thing because you miss winners on the count, but a lot of times it's a good thing. You can end up missing specific losers. Either way, it just sort of divides your risk up between the accounts. But yeah, in terms of swapping them out, it's a very powerful thing to do at the start. If you're going to build up, let's say, before you ever trade on a funded account, you pass 3 challenges first, so you have 3 accounts in the background, just built up. That way you're not going to have loads of pressure when you go and trade on the first one for the first time, because you know, okay, this is experience. If I end up blowing this up or not doing well, I have 2 more funded accounts waiting for me to trade on. As well as that, you're not going to be frantically trying to do stuff. You know you've already passed challenges before and multiple challenges, so doing that and then rotating is the best way to start, and just getting over the fear of trading on a funded account, in my opinion, just because you obviously get the experience and you have more in the background. This week, no, there's been no trades on 30 minutes so far. Yeah, I use Vantage for Forex pairs only. I'm gonna go and get a snack quickly, I'm hungry. I'll be 1 minute. But some interesting snacks here, to say the least. I was just trying to get some goji berries, standard snack, and I left this chili on the side, so I'm gonna eat this chili. Those of you who don't know, I've been training my spice tolerance since I got here, because Thailand is infamous for its extremely spicy food. And if I wanted to be able to eat food comfortably, eat street food, eat out, then I had to train my spice tolerance. So I've just been eating these raw chilies for about a month or so since I got here. These are way spicier than the ones I got at the start, because it's improved quite a lot, so I won't subject myself to that right now. I'm just going to have a normal snack first, but I'll eat that afterwards. There's no need to aim for more than that. That's pretty good. If you're at 2 hour a month on average, and like you're having obviously some months that are 10 hour, and then 2-3 negative months in a year, that's pretty standard, averaging out over the year, so. Snack review. They're goji berries, and they taste like goji berries. That's all I can say. On Vantage chart, it's tapped, so it wasn't a valid zone. Oh. Yeah, exactly. You want to scale your capital, like, if you have any sort of profitable results, once you're profitable consistently and long term, you don't need to change things, you just need to try and scale. That's the goal. How many flies and bugs? I mean, I'm in the capital city right now, so not really, but if you go anywhere tropical, then that's going to be a different story. But yeah, if you're staying in the capital like I am now, or city, then there's not really going to be any. UJ supply does not look very good, in my opinion. Overall, we're very bullish. We came down here and double bottom before shooting to the upside. So this zone for me, if we come up in only green candles here, you get a TP rules type of win. Without that though, that's not really the type of thing I'd look for. That's too counter trend in my opinion. But yeah, if you trade the 5 minute in a style where you just take every zone, then it's fine because they will win sometimes. Yeah, exactly. Getting large amounts of capital, that will change your perspective on a lot of things. So it's important to sort of have that balanced perspective. Also, imagine you're on large amounts of capital before you even get there, because then you're going to understand what your results would be. You know, if you make just 2% a month and you're on large amounts of capital, even that is enough for a good lifestyle. So, and then once you have that, maybe you do that for 6 months consistently, you can consider how you can improve or upgrade things. You know, my results last year in 2024 at least, they were higher than 2% a month average, but they were very spread out. I'd have some months at 20, I had 25% a month in October, for example, it maybe even been 26 or 27. And then, you know, months where there's just nothing happening. So it's always going to be different, but GJ and UJ would be more or less the same thing. I can't say for sure though. Yeah, I was 17 when I started trading. And there is a new zone on gold, that's right. Anyway, time for the chili. This is the small bite I had this morning. Let's go for I'm going to aim down here. Oh, the worst part about it is the chewing and the swallowing. Oh, because for me it always goes down the part where you breathe and then it gets trapped in the back of your throat. Oh, it still hits, that's for sure. Even though I can eat them now, more or less fine, it still hits. I've got water here, but I'm not going to drink any. That ruins the whole point. The spice tolerance, that just drinking water. Gotta push through it. Before, like I said, when I would eat these, I was eating ones not as hot as these. These are around 150,000 on the Scoville scale, which is obviously nothing compared to Carolina Reapers, that sort of pepper. But then I couldn't handle them. They're around 50 to 100,000. Just a month ago, I could take a little bite and it was too much. So there's the improvement. What's this chip challenge? I don't know how hot they go, but it's probably too much for me right now. This is about the most I can handle. 150,000. Here's this, you can learn lessons from your spice tolerance. If right now you can't handle spice, you can learn lessons from spice tolerance. Just eating it because you want to, sitting there, not drinking anything, having the mental control to have no reaction when it's way too spicy for you. Forcibly push through the pain of the spice. Slowly over time, you're going to be able to handle more and more, eat more. Nando's. Nando's is like even the extra hot in England is not very spicy compared to the stuff out here. So like you can do that if you're at bad levels to start with. I used to eat medium wings, but I could eat hot fine as well. I'd enjoy it, but I didn't eat them in a restaurant simply because it made my nose run too much. And then yeah, if I was to eat extra hot spicy or extra hot in a wing roulette challenge or something, like it was a little bit too much for me to handle. But now that type of level is basically, I mean, yeah, that's not really anything now to me, and it's only been a month, so you can improve it quite quickly, and it's fun. Maybe I've become addicted to the endorphins from eating the spice. When you just have something super hot, get a massive dopamine rush, and it is pretty fun. I can see why people end up on the spice journey all the way to the hottest pepper. No, we wait for a bearish close, but we have an hour here and gold's dropping, so this bottom zone is looking fairly promising actually. No way. I do remember you, Noah, yeah, one of the biggest OGs in the group. And it first launched over a year ago. We have a couple members who have still been there since over a year that you might remember, but yeah, you made that crazy back test. So we even got a year plus OGs in the chat. That's always love to see. You there too? Yeah. What was your Discord username? Instead of moving out there long term, I mean, I don't know, it's mostly like living out here has been good, don't get me wrong, but it's the nature type of lifestyle. That is what I like more so. Obviously, it was nice to come out here and see things, but Rep Villain, I cannot remember that. Yeah, that's what Penang for me was a very good balance as well between sort of a nature built up and modernized place versus the island type of feeling to it. Mostly though, it was just having that sort of the ocean. The ocean makes the biggest difference to me. Just being by the ocean, the type of feeling it gives you, looking out into the sea. Yeah, that for me is amazing. And like I said, the city here, like this place for me would be good if I'd moved out here with a lot of friends. I feel like the only things you can do here really are things that are spending money, whether it be going to a mall, doing all this type of stuff, going to places, you have to sort of spend money, whereas the nature type of lifestyle or the island lifestyle, renting a bike, just being able to go around, you've got those beach sort of style gyms, open Muay Thai gyms, you can just go for walks, go to places. As well as that, because it's an island that's not too big, you can just sort of explore all around it. And yeah, you've just got the mountain type of places where not many people really live at all. So the FX Trisby, that's yeah, that one rings a bell. In Dubai. So I went there for, how long did I go there for? I went there for a week in November, I think it was a week. And I did look at apartments out there that I was considering, but again, it's just not really the type of place that for me you'd want to live. There's not a balance between things, especially for myself and the type of trading mindset. It's just like a balance between things, and having nature as opposed to just living in a city is kind of what I'm looking for. So oh, you're there at the same time. You should have hit me up on Instagram. You went to the desert. Yeah, we were on the desert on those carts. I don't know what you call them. The dune buggies, that's it. Dune buggies. Those things are amazing. drifting around in the June buggies. You can splash out the cash for them. Like, it's a massive upgrade over just the standard sort of cars they have. Like, you can get airtime, you can do proper drifts, swing them about, and they've got some speed to them. GJ is decent as well. 5-minute zone is maximum 1 day to be valid. But that's this one here, 12 hours. So like I said, 1 day is max of 24 hours. There's not much happening. I mean, I'm considering also, let me pull this up on my phone. So my 5-minute trading time, I'm considering potentially moving this till 7:30, maybe even later, until further into London session. So around 9:30 UTC, simply because when I'm looking at these results here for trade times, below 7:30 is way less of a common time. I can see one here at 7 AM. There is a fair amount around 7:30, so I still don't have that included. Yeah, there was only 2 trades, January and February, that actually happened before 7:30, around 7 or 7:15. So I'm considering changing the time to make it a little bit later. And then yeah, once I've thought about that, potentially increasing the time to 9:30. In terms of trades that happened after the session, there have been a few, and obviously last week on GJ there was a demand. This one up here, which I took 15 minutes after the 7 till 9 session. And around this 9:15 to 9:30, there's a fair amount of trades to a point where it would make sense for me to include that time. So there's potential there for an optimization in my trading time zone. Let's see, UK 100 sells is not something I'm looking for, especially after this movement. We'll see, actually we took out the low. I didn't think we'd taken out the low yet. So we just taken out the low to the downside. It's low demand zone, and then up here. Untapped supplies, yeah, I mean everything about this is valid, it's just any sort of indice, this movement to the upside is questionable. It's a lot of bullish momentum. But yeah, we've taken out the low, so I mean that's all I was really looking for. I didn't think we'd take out these lows yet, but we actually have taken them out, so I'm not sure if I didn't see this morning. So I really thought we hadn't taken out the low. Yeah, in that case then these supplies are definitely valid. It's a top untapped supply, taking out the lows to the downside. Movement here seems quite direct as well, back to the zone, so that's pretty good. not sure exactly what you mean. This supply. For now on gold, all I'm really looking for is this one up here. None of these other zones have liquidity. This is just a straight line to downside, so I'm not really looking for it. GC demand has no 30-minute confirmation for demands at the moment. We'd have to see a strong action from a key level or a high taken out or something. For now, none of those have happened, so. Let's try to chill. I think that's much better for a stream. Stream type of music. Chill. Man. Oh, you're talking about this? Yeah, this is so far away that I'm not even considering it. Because it's obviously not going to tap within my session. In terms of liquidity though, if you are to move up here, let's say in just direct green candles, you can consider this type of zone for an easy TP rule type of move, but for now it's not really great. It does have this high for liquidity at a very good distance though, I will say that. It's taken out sort of its own low here. I mean, this is technically its own low, but it's taken out this area of structure, which is okay, but you have to consider, I mean, if this type of thing happens, you're pretty much guaranteed looking bullish. So if it comes in a straight line, you can sure get a TP rules type of win. If it was to move like this, let's say, then I definitely would not want to take it. Yeah, that's the only one I'm looking for. EU and the rest of those, just not very clear. Yeah, GC having a decent reaction to be fair, but see, we haven't really moved off key level. It's definitely come on this level, but it's not the strongest. In terms of our actual movement, usually I'll be looking further down here, but yeah, to be fair, if you want to take this, the last two taps on this resistance / support were fairly recent, so there is a level there. I mean, we came off the level, formed minor liquidity, sort of added supply zone and took out its own high. For close-up structure, then essentially like liquidity took its high. For overall structure, it hasn't really done anything. We just had a drop and a move upwards. We haven't had really any bullish confirmation, so it's a bit early for me. If it's a risk you want to take, then you can look for that type of zone. Potentially, we had winning conditions, and we were chilling on the month, uploads of profit. Sure, sometimes I'll take that type of zone. But for now though, it's not something I'm looking for. And yeah, UK 100 is, yeah. Eesh. Gold is now moving, but it's come directly off the only demand. which is just not great, to be honest. Not great movement. London Open on GJ is starting to move us though, so that's a good sign. I'd assume this is going to tap fairly recently, and then this new low has taken out its own high a couple times, so decent liquidity here at a good distance. Yeah, the supply is tapped on Vantage, so it wasn't valid here. See, 15 minutes into London Open. A 1 hour candle, so we took out the high. Interesting. So 5 minute, no, I'd never look at JPY basket. Good morning from Poland. Good morning, man. We're from a based country. As someone from England, I'm envious at how Poland has kept their values and their culture. You use a buy 30 minute. Nope. Let's take a look. Taking out lows here. Still, liquidity for this zone is really not great. If you're going to use this high, then of course it's valid. So in that case, yes. This wick kind of makes it look strange. So yeah, actually this liquidity is good. I wasn't really looking at this one here. It's in distance, and we've taken out the low now, which that's all I want to see really for this position. Man, UK 100 if it doesn't tap here is a very unfortunate. It's been doing a lot of kind of awkward things. Like not tapping by a very small amount and then just leaving, but it's kind of expected. 5 minute went in a straight line. Spoke about on IG, yeah. The shift tool, I know. People have been asking me to do that for ages. It's just not in my programming. I need to program it into my subconscious, same as trading psychology. I'll do 100 reps of placing a line using shift tool. 1, 2, oh. Some of these songs just completely changed the vibe after about 10 minutes. How is this even the same song as what was playing a minute ago? Oh. The magnet tool, yeah. Control as well. Control and shift. Boom. Alright, we're just waiting on GJ here. This is our main trade. We have been looking at this since the start of the session. Bottom untap zone of this move, so best place to buy from if we are going to continue bullish. And yeah, we're coming close. Direct movement would be better. This green handle kind of throwing us off. If we just came to the zone, that would be better, but it's still valid. A bottom zone like this you're always going to consider, depending on the movement, so. Or regardless of the movement, I should say. That's a perfect example of a TP rules type of win. Like you have a lot of momentum come to the zone and it was just a straight line, so you can expect a retracement even if it doesn't go in your direction overall, and you can just hit a small trade. This one gave a nice flip entry of course, but within that type of distance you can always hit something there. And then we see that fairly often. Over here was two separate positions in one day. This is 7 AM followed by 8:35. One thing obviously I've been looking at is double TPs. I did use double TPs in the past, basically targeting double the amount as normal, and it works well. For gold I'm considering it more so because it seems to have runners that just go further, but at the same time with the 1 minute trading it's not exactly something you have to use. GJ at the moment doesn't have any zones. There's no supply zones for the moment that I can see, unless you're talking about a different one, but how's it going, man? Trading week so far, nothing's happened. No trades 5 minute, no trades 30 minute. 30 doesn't even really have my zones right now, so there's nothing happening. Things keep freezing around London Open. Each day for the past couple of days, we've just had London Open. Zone very close, markets kind of stop moving, just eventually nothing happens. Yeah, that CJ trade was beautiful. If you took that one, then you're chilling. Into 10 more or less instantly, even the highest risk reward you could have aimed on that trade on CJ was way below the highs. flip entry if you didn't get a flip entry here. Before the highs, it's already at 110. TP1 on this high was around the 1.5, so even took TP1, chilling with about 7.5% profit on that one. Pairs of trade now are these ones here. GN as well, I do trade now, it's still in this testing list, but it's more or less finalized, so GN as well. And CJ, I'm going to have to consider it because I just had loads of main trades recently. Obviously I've traded in the past, but I had to remove it when the JPY pairs just kind of got untradeable. You pass on it, fair enough. Yeah, that's always nice when you have a full TP and your passing phase or the payout place is lower than full TP. Always a good feeling. Yeah, this is not the type of zone that we trade on. And no, I'm not looking to supply anymore. Leave this one. Sure, it might win anyway if you don't care about trend or other things, but directly off this demand zone. If we had taken this low or we weren't moving bullish recently, then potentially I'll consider it still, but for now it's not something I'm looking for. Yeah, if GJ doesn't start moving, this will probably be a no trade day. Because this gold supply, I'm not even really looking for this either, I just have it on the charts. It's mostly demand only. GJ is this demand, which is our closest one. Yeah, you can get a trade in both directions in that type of case. For the supply, in my opinion, it would be a TP rules type of trade. The demand here, it could just keep running above all the highs, so. No trade today, still actually. Exactly. Still got to keep up them wins. The life wins. Eating a chili. See you later, man. See ya. This is 5 minutes before a new 30-minute candle here. So, a no trade time in 90% of cases. If it gives a huge rejection, let's say, and you're more than far enough away for a 30-minute wick, you can still consider it. But for me, no trade time is 5 minutes before a new 30-minute candle. The holiday, I mean, it's not much of a holiday because I'm living out here now, but it's been good so far. In terms of trading, it's not been good because the markets with the Trump elections have just been terrible. Oh yeah, a new 4-hour candle opening on the 30-minute time frame. You can wait for a bottom wick if it's on your entry just to be safer. Let's say if you're taking a demand zone, but you don't need to specifically. It can also depend how close, how large the rejection was. If your entry is going to be here, close to the zone, then you can just wait for a potential 4-hour bottom wick. If not, let's say you rejected all the way up here and on the 30-minute time frame, you can wait either way just to get a better entry on the 4-hour bottom wick, and then it takes off, which is kind of similar to what I did on GC recently. Don't have it on here yet. So yeah, we took this demand zone here on GC, and this one here, we wait for a retracement on the 4-hour candle. Obviously, the entry on the bullish close is very far up, and ended up getting in here. So we gave a better entry pretty much for risk reward to be higher. Let's see. I don't know what's it for, so somewhere down here is about where I took it, but yeah, same sort of principle. 4-hour bottom wick forms and then push it upwards. Alright, is GJ coming close? It's starting to move. Yeah, after the April tariffs, things should definitely clear up, but until then, who really knows what's going to happen. Recently, in the past week or two, things have been better. There's been plenty of opportunities. I mean, you just saw the CJ trade that someone took, going from 1 to 10 already, so things have been moving better. The price action has been following price action. Yeah, the food here is amazing. That's been the best part so far, just the food, especially with Grab, where you can just sort of order anything pretty much straight away. And yeah, it's not like just restaurant food. It's proper meals. Very spicy, of course, so I'm practicing the spice tolerance. There's no liquidity distance. For GJ, for GJ, it's around 8 pips maximum. The gold right now is visual, there's no number specifically, so you just have to see whether it's too far or not. This is the demand zone, yeah, but there's no liquidity, so it's not something that I trade personally. There's going to be a lot of normal zones all over the place, constantly tapping, so it's very hard to just consistently trade them. Okay, GJ, here it comes. New 30-minute candle. Please don't start consolidating or moving slowly. We need a clear tap on this zone. Some clear volume. Anything. Let's just get anything. What am I looking for? Template, that's it. What template are we going to use? This is my original 2025 template. This is my whole of 2024 template, which I still kind of really like these colors. It's unique as well. Green red is just standard here. And then this, sometimes I use in thumbnails because it stands out. Okay, guess that one doesn't exist. I think I've frozen it. Have I frozen it? Oh. 5? Oh, it's a black background. It's just the same one. And then yeah, the yellow blue is a classic. I used it for so long and got amazing results using it. So who knows, maybe the chart colors, they do actually change the markets. No, I saw someone today, someone in my Discord posted a screenshot of their chart. And it was so nice, it jumped out to me. It was dark blue with yellow. Their canvas. I think this was their canvas. This one's very nice as well. The yellow might have been a bit different. Okay, I don't think so. The blue and yellow is like, it's my color combination. It's my favorite color combo. And then what tool did I use with this? I think I used this one. Blue and white. I don't know, I think that's going to be too bright for me. The brightness is just... The light mode, like if you have a light mode on your trading view background, maybe this, to be fair. I mean, for some reason, certain colors, if you zoom out, it doesn't show the candles properly. So you have to find a combination of colors where zooming out will still show the wicks properly. No idea why that's the thing, but... LQ supply and demand, aka RD concepts. Boom. One person in Discord has pink chart and candles here. Gold, damn. Pumping bullish. This is my thing. We were looking very over bullish since the start today. That's why really I was only looking at this demand zone. Like to take any of the zones for me, it's a very tough one. It's highly counter trend, but like I said, these have moved up in a straight line, so you can expect a retracement from them. I made new friends in Thailand. Yeah, there's a couple people just from going to Muay Thai and training that I've met. Yeah, there's so many people here. Like, it's probably one of the most populated cities in the world, I'm guessing, and it's just massive. Like, you can go to anything. There's always going to be someone with the same interests as you or whatever. You can always find events going on, all that type of stuff. Just the other day I went to a random event that the Muay Thai trainer invited me to. Like, there's always stuff happening. I might have to change back to the blue and yellow full time. Maybe this is the reason the market's actually changed. This whole time, it wasn't because Trump got elected. It was nothing to do with that. It was because I changed from blue and yellow chart colors. What was I thinking? Which one has more effect on the global economies? Probably my chart colors, if I'm being realistic. After I changed them as well, it was pretty annoying because I couldn't even leave the house without paparazzi following me everywhere. Just interviews, cameras, news stations, like constantly. So yeah, it was a bit of a drag, but who knows, if I change them back out here, I might get mobbed on the streets of Thailand. That's what I'm saying, it has to be the colours. GJ is not helping us out here. Demand zone colour with these charts, what do we go for? That was wrong. Green, pale green. I do like a yellow. A purple could be interesting. TP tool, normally I just went with the turquoise grey. Something like this fits in nice. Oh, the UJ supply and everything. Oh yeah, it did, wow. UJ supply and running. This was an 8:05 candle. There may have been a 1 hour flip here. Obviously I didn't see it play out live, so could have had something like this. But yeah, that's just ran. Overall we were bullish, but there we go. Took out these lows to the left. We didn't find a demand zone. It was quite counter trend, but I guess I just go to show the 5-minute time frame. Double bottom, pushes up. Doesn't really matter. Blue and yellow is everything here. Anyone that took losing trades, I apologize for changing my colors. For the billions of dollars that got liquidated in the stock markets, crypto markets, the trillions I should say, I apologize. Gold closed in that supply and it still hasn't had a retracement, so at this point be fairly interested to see what happens here. Direct blue candles. It's the UK invalid. No, the 5 minutes is not important. Simply just a 30-minute time frame. At the moment, I'm thinking of moving to one of the islands. I'm not sure yet, but I'm definitely considering it. Let's see, bullish candles, they don't just go in a straight line forever, like I said, so if we get to this supply zone without it, fair chance of getting a reaction here for us. Nice. Crypto on the Discord, yeah, I can't add anything like that. It's not really done through me, it's just the company launch pass who can manage everything for you. There's no crypto payout option, so if you want to buy the yearly so I don't have to constantly can manage it or check things, then potentially you can do that if you message me on Instagram, but yeah, there's no way of me adding it, especially for monthly payments. See, is that demand tapped yet on EJ? Yeah, at this point gold has retraced. Even now, I would not really look for that zone. Purely that was a TP rules type of trade, in my opinion. There's no, it's very counter trend. We just completely stopped moving. At this point it's 17 minutes, but unless we just have a direct breakout, I mean, this is really not the type of zone I'm looking at, to be honest. All the zones I've seen where we just consolidate or freeze or very slowly tap a zone, unless there's a massive rejection that changes the volume, it's never a good sign. Yeah, exactly. I'm not really too keen to take it at that point. Obviously, even in the 2-hour window, trading the 5-minute time frames, there's no need to force positions. You're going to get a decent trade every so often, so it doesn't really matter. See, we got 37 likes on the stream. Let's go and like up the stream. How many viewers do we have? 124. Come on now. We can pump that number up quick time. Bring some volume into GJ as well. And yeah, I think we're about to tap here. Alert color? No idea. Let's see. Right click, edit. I do not know. Settings. Alerts, there we go. Settings, alert, alert lines. I use Vantage for a live broker as well. Nice. The timeout ended and you typed in random letters. Wonderful. The most beautiful stream, psychology make you feel strong live stream. I'm glad to hear that. Brain FM makes a big difference, I assume. This stabilizer, and I'm not really looking for. We'll see what type of reaction it gives, but like I said, it's too counter trend at this point, to be honest. Reacting on demand's taking highs clearly. The 15-minute just opened up as well. It made a bottom wick already, so there's no high time frame candle. Just because it's very big, so I didn't draw on the whole thing, but yeah. Whole zone is down to here. No bottom wick on this candle, so fairly decent chance of a flip here. 10 minutes before a new 1 hour candle, like I said though, it's not great either. That's really a low trade time. And yeah, GJ is just not doing anything. The last couple of days we've had potential close zones, but the markets are just frozen before the zone, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm guessing we tap now. Over here, there won't be, it hasn't, but there won't be a bearish close anytime soon. Yeah, I'm just interested to see how this will play out pretty much. Although I'm not going to take this zone personally. Yeah, supply zone to me doesn't really have the best structure. We just came up here, took out the highs, retraced, didn't take out the lows, and it's starting to go bullish. Of course, the indices can kind of move aligned and together, so this may drop with UK 100 anyways, which I guess is a better sign for UK 100 as well, but that's not really valid for me on German 30. It's too counter trend. Or just unclear. You don't have to know the trend direction. It looks very unclear on that example, so. I'll only take one re-entry normally. Yeah, never more than that. If I'd already had wins in the day, potentially, but wouldn't really see any point to keep constantly trading re-entries at that point. Cool, so yeah, anyway, this zone I'm not taking. I'm just looking at GJ here. We might start moving down on the new 1 hour candle, then I could wait for potential trade, but for now, it's looking fairly unlikely to get anything like this, so yeah, the only thing that could potentially happen now is the new 1 hour opens bearish momentum and we get this trade, but it's not looking likely at the moment, unfortunately. Yeah, GJ higher time frames, we're bullish as well. We just took out major high, small retracement. Gold in the zone as well. Damn, still moving bullish. I stopped weight sort of training just for Muay Thai because doing them both at once, like with weight training, was way too much. To try and do them both together, being too much pain. And yeah, I just found Muay Thai a lot more fun, so who knows, I'll maybe go to a routine where I can do both in the same week. Just take 5 minutes till the UK 100 close here. Decent looking rejection. UK 100 trade, we just took out these lows to the left, so continuation, I mean, if we are to continue bearish, we have no structure here to not aim for these lows, so that will be my targets if this ends up being valid. GJ, yeah, GJ's gone at this point. Still moving, so I wouldn't even consider this really outside of my session trading hours. So gold has nothing. UK 100 supply, all I'm really watching are specific colours. Don't know how you get the number, but it's this grey, I think. Colours here are just these two. Yeah, we'll see. I doubt this will give an entry. A lot of bullish momentum to the upside. We have all this sort of consolidation to take out. Germany 30 though also lines up on a supply and they move fairly consistently. Yeah, like I said, we'll see. Any type of momentum like this on a bullish indice is kind of awkward, but I mean, we're just looking back through here. There's a fair amount of times where you can see that same momentum and it just goes bearish straight afterwards, so yeah. Overall, I mean, down this area, we were looking to move bullish. That did end up happening. We just didn't get any demand zones, unfortunately. Over here, we just sort of froze, stopped moving, dropped the downside, started taking out lows. So the direction not the clearest. But yeah, we're waiting for confirmation. Like, if this gives a good reaction, it's the type of zone I'll still take after wiping lows. Also, there's direct movement, which is normally always a good sign. Okay. GJ is not dropping on the 9 AM open candle. It's hardly moving whatsoever. Shout out from Philippines, damn. Got people all over the place. 130 viewers? Yeah, I'm surprised we got a fair amount. I think it's mostly just indices are moving together a lot of times. Like indices are bullish or they're not. So yeah. Flip entry here would be way too early. So even if you take a close entry all the way up here, you still have a 1 to 3 at the lows, which is fine. So there's no reason to enter that aggressive really. Cool. Well, no trades today then in this session. There can always be trades afterwards, of course, but I'm not going to be trading 5 minute all day. So that's all for today's stream. Patience as usual, no forcing trades. There were a couple potential opportunities here that could happen. Gold at some of these supply zones. GJ didn't really, I mean, it had a supply that wasn't valid on Vantage, but again, is what it is. So that's all for today's stream. Appreciate you guys for watching. Keep up the patience, don't force any trades when there's nothing showing itself. And yeah, in the long term, you'll always be better off. So appreciate you guys for coming to the stream. And I'll see everyone on YouTube at least in the next live stream, which should be on Thursday. So we'll see. If not, it'll be Friday. But that's everything for now.